So hi, here we are at Cryptolina, and what's your name?
My name is David Zimbeck. Nice to meet you. I'm the creator of Black Halo and Bit Halo. And,
So tell us about it.
Okay, so it's pretty simple. Black Halo and Bit Halo creates an unbreakable contract. And the way it works is basically both parties make a deposit. So a normal transaction would be I would give you something and then you could take it, default, or be dishonest. This is a solution to a several thousand-year-old problem of honesty and agreement. And how it would work is basically if me and you were going to transfer a commodity. Now, if I was going to sell you a guitar, I could give you the guitar, but you could take it. So let's say the guitar is worth a couple $100. We'll make all of these even units. So what would happen is you'd advance me the amount of money to pay for the guitar, and you'd advance a deposit. I'd also make a deposit, and this all happens at the same time. Now we're all in the hole. So if I was going to walk away from the contract, this would default and the money would be destroyed. So what I would do is now I will send you the guitar, and if we come to an agreement, then we'll release the escrow, I'll get my money, and you'll get your deposit.
Okay, good. So, I think you said earlier, so this is already live. I guess I'll try to see what's a screenshot, but it's not going to be that great.
The software is already available. It's been available for several months, and we were about a year ahead of market. And it's not only is it unbreakable contracts, but you can design a contract however you want with whatever type of deposit structure that you want. So, we could create bartering agreements. We could back coins. We could do micropayments, any type of contract.
And does it cost anything just to make a contract, like a fee for a contract?
No. Everything is free. There's no escrow agent. There's no third party. There's no middleman.
Okay, and is it blockchain based, or how does that?
Well, the way that it works is it's a series of agreements that go on the blockchain, but it's not. We're not doing anything that would bloat the blockchain or make it heavy.
So this is on the Bitcoin blockchain.
Yeah, as opposed to other protocols which try to solve smart contracts, the way that they would do it is they would try to store everything on the blockchain, which is inefficient because you can't download the entire internet.
Right.
It's just too much data, and it exceeds the bandwidth of what, like even right now, Bitcoin can't scale to the size of Visa because it doesn't have the ability to pull down that much information because you have to download everybody's transactions.
Right.
So we don't store all of the contract data, like the negotiation isn't on the blockchain, it's peer-to-peer. But there's no centralized server, so we can take advantage of encrypted email, or we're actually fixing BitMessage. BitMessage has some problems.
Okay.
I'm
that's really interesting because I really like BitMessage.
Yeah,
it's a great concept. So,
great
what's the
concept.
problem? Is how slow it is, or what's
No, BitMessage has several issues. One, that anybody can mess up all the messages for the network.
Okay.
And there's nothing anyone can do about it. You need to change where you hash something on BitMessage, which the main developer kind of abandoned it, and he's not really working on it anymore.
Okay.
And the other issue is spam. Is different nodes, because they're not competing for blocks. So they can spam the network with too many messages, or they can send really bloated messages, and there's no way to control it. The way that I'm going to fix it is going to basically be like, if I was going to spam you and just keep sending out messages, right? There would be nothing you could do to stop it. However, what if I tied it to black coin? So the way that it works is I put some coins with my message, and I pay them to myself.
Okay.
So, but I put a lock time on it so that it takes a certain amount of time to get back to me.
Okay.
So I can't just keep spamming you because I'd run out of money. But the money's coming back to me. So it's like a boomerang. If you take a boomerang and then you throw it out to the sky, and it spins and it comes back to you, by the time it's back to you, you can throw it again.
Okay.
So the solution that we have for BitMessage is going to solve spam, and it's also going to solve any bad actors on the network.
Okay, that's interesting. So, but you don't need, going back to Black Halo, you don't need coins to do a contract, or you don't need to burn something or whatever?
No, you don't need to burn anything.
Okay.
You do need coins, but it depends on what type of contract that you're going to do with the counterparty. You could definitely have somebody who could be a guarantor for you or advance a certain amount. Also, there could be unilateral contracts if you just want one person to be part of an unbreakable contract.
Okay.
Most likely, every single contract is going to be probably form a solid set of double deposits. So both parties are going to probably deposit something, so that way they're both committed in some way to the deal. I was thinking about adding escrow agents, but to be honest, I don't really see the need for it because with the anonymity of Bitcoin, it means that escrow agents really aren't going to be all that helpful to a deal because they're anonymous. You don't know if the two parties even know each other, the two addresses could be the same person. So, yeah, so it's just best to keep it peer-to-peer, and everything is peer-to-peer, two parties.
Okay, great. Okay, so if I want to find out about Black Halo, what do I do?
You would go to blackhalo.info, and you'd also could go to bithalo.info.
Okay, great.
And those are the sites, and they'll tell you, keep you up to date. We also have BitHalo Official, a Twitter, which my friend runs, and Blackcoin subreddit is also a really good place to check out because I post there a lot with updated information.
So what's the affiliation between Black Halo and Blackcoin? Is there one, or what, is it unofficial? Or
Well, it was sort of my gift, I guess, to Blackcoin because I didn't want to be accused of starting an altcoin, and I was looking to choose like what I thought was the best coin to implement smart contracts on, and one of the things is the speed. I can get like a contract done within the first Bitcoin confirmation under Blackcoin. So Blackcoin, not only being fast, but also it made major improvements to proof of stake, basically encouraging people to stake on the network instead of sitting out. So they solved a lot of the big problems facing proof of stake. As well, they also have a very innovative community. They were the first community to do a multi-pool, which was copied maybe 75 or 80 times.
Yeah, that was, people saw that was a successful thing and they just went wild on it.
Yeah, so Blackcoin gets hit with a fair amount of jealousy, but it's because it's a great coin. And I'm also planning on, if I make any improvements to the network, everything that I'll do is going to be test marketed there. And the Blackcoin community is highly receptive, and we work together.
So how come you didn't do you didn't want to do a Black Halo coin? I mean, you're just doing this for free, or how did you? I mean, it probably took a lot of programming time to do all this stuff, and that's always the issue. Some people are like, okay, I'm gonna make like a counterparty coin, or I'm gonna do a pre-mine, or I'm gonna do a pre-sale before the thing even exists. And so that's really interesting because your thing already exists, and you don't have a coin. It doesn't cost anything to use it. So what's the catch?
There is. If I was going to do an extraction method to take money from people, then it would defeat the exact point of what I'm trying to sell.
Okay.
I'm trying to sell a product that is good for the world. And, if I was going to create, a bunch of hype and then make some vaporware, I just get my quick buck and then leave and go live in another country. I mean, we are looking for angels because there is a lot of monetization plans that you could build on top of it, like the businesses that you build on top of it, which we could charge for. But the program itself, if it's peer-to-peer contracting, it just doesn't make sense to charge an escrow fee because then you're the middleman.
Yeah, but you didn't do any of the typical things that we see now, like you said, like a pre. I don't know, whatever, or something like that.
Actually, it totally came from out of nowhere, and I actually taught myself programming as well.
Great.
It was I was actually in North Dakota, negative 50 below during the winter in a little trailer. Okay, and it was crazy. I just sat down and I grinded.
Okay, and what is it coded in?
Python.
Okay.
So it took me about 4 months to teach myself Python and teach myself cryptography and just do the whole thing from scratch.
Great. Okay, well, thanks a lot for talking to me. That was really interesting.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It was a pleasure, and thanks.
Okay, great.